Okay, morning again, everyone. Right, this is Tuesday's home learning, the 28th of April. I'm going to go for the first 5 Fluent in 5 questions first. Week 24, day 2, just in case you're not sure. So question number 1, I've got 6,566 and I'm going to times by 61. So I'm doing long multiplication again. I must say my post-it note has seen better days. I must get some more equipment. So I'm going to cover over the number in the tens column. Don't even think I need to work this one out, do I? 6,566 times 1 I know is 6,566. I'll just go along for the sake of it. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. 6 times 1 is 6. So we've proved that one. Okay, I'm finished with the ones column. I'm going to cover that over now. And I'm timesing these numbers at the top by this 6, which stands for 60, because it's in the tens column. So if I put in the viz, I should be able to go straight ahead. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 in the box, 3 in the sky. 6 times 6 is 36, add the 3 is 39. 9 in the box, 3 up in the sky. 5 times 6 is 30. Oh, add the 3 is 33. Nearly made that error there. 3 in the box, 3 in the sky. 6 times 6 is 36. Add the 3 is 39 again. And I'm going to start a new column. Okay, so I've got 393,960 on that row. Let's hope you can see that. Now I'm going to add those two numbers together to give me the answer. 6 add 0 is 6. 6 add 6 is 12. 2 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. 9 add this one is 10. Add 5 is 15. 5 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 again. 0 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. 9, 10 again. 0 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. 3, add the 1 is 4. So the answer at the end is 400,526. Did you get that? Don't forget that's for 2 marks. So you're allowed to make one calculation error somewhere in amongst all of that maths. Getting much faster at doing those. Okay, next one, question number 2. 76 divided by mystery number, dun dun dun, equals 4. So with a mystery number, where's the biggest number? There it is. I need to use these 2 numbers to make a smaller number. So I'm still going to be dividing. So let's just use a bus stop. Say 76 inside the bus stop. I'm dividing by 4. I want groups of 4 only. How many 4s in 7? 4. Can't get the 8, so 1. What's left over? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many 4s in 36? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 32, 36, 32, 8. Is that right? No, it's 9. I've messed up somewhere. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. Okay, that's 9. Don't make the same mistake I did. Okay, so 76 divided by 19 should give you the answer 4. And if we check, we could check using the inverse. We could do 19 times 4. Let me know if I've got that right and if you check. Okay, it is early in the morning. Right, we've got 10, 12. Take away 3 quarters this time. Why can't I do it? Well, we've been practicing this yesterday, so I can't do it because the denominators are different. Let's make them the same and then I should be able to go ahead and do it. I'm going to turn 4 into 12. What do I times 4 by to turn it into 12? 4, 8, 12, 3. Whatever I do at the bottom, I must do at the top. So the new fraction is going to be 3 times 3, which is 9. 4 times 3, which is 12. So 9 twelfths. So 10 twelfths take away 9 twelfths would be 1 12th. Okay, I haven't even had to change that because I can just see what it is. All right, you feel free to rub it out and change your fraction if that makes it easier for you. Right, question number 4, 48,591, and I'm adding 54,943. Two 5-digit numbers again, so they line up nicely underneath each other. So let's go for it in a column. 3 add 1 is 4. 9 add 4 is 13. 3 goes in the box, 1 on the doorstep. 10 add 5, 15. 5 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 3 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. And 4, add the 1 is 5, add another 5 is 10. So the answer to that one is 103,534. That's for question number 4. Okay, and the last one, we are using the bus stop. So we're doing a divide. 6,063 inside the bus stop divided by 8. So I'm only going to use groups, I only want groups of 8. Feel free to do the trick and write on your piece of paper or whatever you're using, your 8 times table, and that might help you a little bit. My trick is to hold up the first amount of fingers so I don't get confused. I've got 6 and I need a group of 8. Can I do it? I haven't got enough. So I can't get any groups of 8. I've still got this 6 that I haven't used, so I'm going to move it along onto the next number to make the new number 60. How many 8s can I fit into 60? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. Can't quite get to 64, 8 times 8, so I just got 7 groups. 7 8s are 56, and I had 60, so there's a remainder of 4. How many 8s can I fit into 46? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Can't get to 48, so I got 5 groups of 8. 5 groups of 8 were 40, and I had 46, so there was a remainder of 6. Put that on the next number to make 63. How many 8s can I fit into 63? Well, I know 8 8s are 64, so I can't quite fit 8 groups in. It must be 7. 7 8s were 56. What's the remainder? Well, I was 1 short, wasn't I? I have 64, so the remainder must be 7. You can double check that for me and let me know if I'm right. So I think the answer is 757, remainder 7. Okay, so that's your Fluent in 5 done. Today we were thinking about subtracting fractions that are involving mixed numbers as well. So don't forget, can you remember what a mixed number is after yesterday? So involving, I'll just write that for short. Mixed numbers are where you've got whole numbers, for example 1, and you've got a fraction at the same time. So you've got 1 and a fifth. That would be an example of a mixed number. So you've got 1 whole and you've still got a fraction on the end of it. So let's have a little look. I'll do a couple of examples for you. 2/3, that's my first one. Take away 4/9. Why can't I do it? Because the denominators are different. So let's make them the same. To turn 3 into 9, I must times by 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, I'm going to do to the top. So the new fraction, and I will rub it off this time, 2 times 3 is 6. So I'm going to change that top number to 6 now. And 3 times 3 is 9. Of course, that's what I wanted to change it into. So now I can go ahead and do it. 6 9ths take away 4 9ths. 6 take away 4 is 2. 2 what? 2 9ths still. That's pretty easy. So when it becomes a mixed number, that might be why people are finding it a little bit tricky today. So I've got 1 2/3, for example, and I'm going to take away 1/6. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that into an improper fraction. Now, we've done that in class before. So I know if I've got a whole, I've got however many is on the bottom. My number's been chopped into that many pieces, so it's being chopped into thirds, whatever it is, okay? So I've got a whole, so I've got all 3/3. So I've got sort of 1 times 3 here. I've already got a whole. So I've got 3 out of 3, and then I've got this extra 2 on the top. So I've got 3 plus the 2 would be 5/3. Okay, I'll make that clearer next time we do it. So I've got 5/3 on this side. Now I can change it, can't I? I can change it into 6 to make it even. So how would I change 3 into 6? I would times it by 2. If I do that at the bottom, I'm going to have to do it at the top. So the new fraction is 10 sixths. So it would be 10 sixths, take away 1 sixth, which would be 9 sixths. Now that looks a little bit strange because it is bigger on the top than it is on the bottom. So it's an improper fraction still. So I can do the divide bit. How many sixes can I fit into 9? I can fit 1. And what's left over from 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 and 3 sixths. So a little bit of trivia here for you. 3 sixths is also known as something else. I'll let you work it out. If I've got 3 out of 6, how much have I got? Which fraction is that as well? 3 sixths. So I'll leave it like that for now and I'll let you decide. Okay. Right, what I am going to do is answer the challenge questions for you. So I'm up to number 9 on the sheet from Tuesday's home learning. I'm going to go through the answers to those ones, okay, because they were the trickier ones. I've got 1 3/4 on the sheet. I'm going to take away 4 fifths. Now the thing that's making this even more tricky is I can't change 4 into 5 and I can't change 5 into 4. So what do I do? Can you remember that thing that we talked about called the LCM? The lowest common multiple. That's what I need to find. So I need to find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5. If I wrote out the 4 times table and the 5 times table, which number would be in both times tables? Which is the lowest number that is in both of the times tables, the 4s and the 5s? I know it's 20. So my lowest common multiple this time is 20. I'm going to change them into 20ths. First, I'm going to change that though into an improper fraction. So I'm dealing with quarters. Things have been split into 4 equal parts. So if I've got a whole, I've got all 4. I've got 4 quarters. So in this whole, I've got 4 and I've got an extra 3. So I've got 4, 5, 6, 7. Altogether, I've got 7 quarters here. Now I've got 7 quarters, take away 4 quarters. Still doesn't make any sense to me because I haven't changed them yet. So the denominators are the same. So how would I turn quarters into 20ths? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I'd have to times that by 5. Whatever I do at the bottom, I'm going to do at the top. Let's go for this side. How do I turn fifths into 20ths? What have I got to do? What do I have to times 5 by to turn into 20? 5, 10, 15, 20, 4. And then I times the top by 4. So I'm going to change it. 7 5s are 35. 4 5s are 20. And then I'm taking away 4 times 4 on the top would be 16. So I'm taking away 16. And 5 times 4 on the bottom would be 20. So 35 20ths take away 16 20ths. What would that be? Let's work out the difference between 16 and 35. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And then another 10 would make 35. So I've got 9 plus the 10. I've got 19 20ths. And that is the answer to question number 1. It's not top heavy. It's not improper. I can just leave it like that. So 19 20ths. Question number 10. I've got 2 1/3. And I'm going to take away 1/2. I can't do that straight away because the denominators are different. I've also noticed I can't turn 3 into 2 because it's not a multiple of 2. I can't turn 2 into 3, vice versa. So I need to find the lowest common multiple of 3 and 2. Which number's in the 2 times table and the 3 times table? If you're not sure, write out your 2s, write out your 3s, just very quickly and see if you can spot a number that's in both. I know the lowest common multiple is going to be 6 in this case. First, I'm going to change this into an improper fraction. So I've got 2 wholes, so 3/3 is 1 whole, I've got 3, and then I've got another 3/3 to make 2 wholes, and then I've got this extra one on the top. So altogether I have got 7/3. I've got 7/3. I I think the game for today, the suggested game at the top, the link, if you can press Control and click on the link on your laptop or whoever's computer you're using, it takes you to Birdie in the Mine, which we've been playing, and that'll give you a practice at doing mixed numbers and improper fractions, just in case you've forgotten. Right, the next step is to turn them into sixths. So to turn 3 into 6, I have to times it by 2, same to the top. To turn 2 into 6, I have to times it by 3 and do the same to the top. So what will the new fractions be? 7 times 2 is 14. 14 sixths. Take away 1 times 3 at the top here is 3. 3 what? 3 sixths again. Now it looks like something that we can crack on with. 14 take away 3 is going to be 11. You don't change the number on the bottom or add or take away that. So it's 11 sixths. Now that looks a bit strange to me because it's bigger on the top than it is on the bottom. So I can do the divide trick. How many sixes can I fit into 11? I can fit in 1. And what's left over? 5 sixths. So the answer to question number 10 is 1 5 sixths. There seems to be quite a bit of work to do on these ones, but really well done for even giving them a go. If you're still not sure, you don't like fractions, so very proud of you for even giving it a shot. Okay, right, I'm going to decide. I can't turn 4 into 10 and vice versa, so I'm going to decide what the lowest common multiple is. What is the number that's in the 4 times table and the 10 times table? 4, 8, oh, I could do 20 because 20 is in the 4 times table and 20 is in the 10 times table. I'm going to do 20. Okay, right. So I know what my lowest common multiple is. I'm going to change that into an improper fraction first. So if I've got a whole, I've got 10 out of 10. So I've got 10 here in my whole number. And then I've got an extra 7. So I've got 17 altogether. I've got 17 tenths. And I'm trying to take away 3/4. Now this is the bit where I can't do straight away. So I need to change them into 20ths. Times 2 times 2. And to change 4 into 20. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I need to times by 5. Times the top by 5. Okay, what are the new fractions? 17 times 2, double 17 would be 10, 20, 34. 34 20ths. Take away 3 times 5 on the top here is 15. 15 20ths, because I know that's what I'm doing. Okay, so 34 take away 15. What's the difference between 15 and 34? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Add another 10 would be 19 again. So I've got 19 20ths. 19 20ths, is that what you got? Seems to be what I've got. Question number 11. Okay, question number 12. We're nearly finished and then I'll do the mega challenge. And that's it. So I've got 1 and 1/5. And I'm going to take away 2/3. Right, again, 5 and 3. 5 is not a multiple of 3. And 3 is not a factor of 5. So I'm going to have to think about the lowest common multiple again. Which number is in the 5 times table and the 3s? I know that is 15. I bet you knew that as well. Okay, so I've thought about my lowest common multiple. I'm going to change that into an improper fraction first. So if I've got fifths and I've got one whole, I've got 5/5. 5/5 would make a whole. Plus I've got an extra 1 on the top, so I've got 6/5. I'll change this into 6/5. Right, now I can go ahead and make them into the same, make the denominator as the same. How would I turn 5 into 15? 5, 10, 15 times by 3. What I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. How would I change 3 into 15? I would times by 5. Do the same to the top. Now I can change my fractions. 6 times 3 is 18. Got 18 on the top here. And then I know 15 on the bottom. And then I've got 2 times 5 on the top here, which is 10. And I know I've got 15 on the bottom. So 18 take away 10 is 8 15ths. And I'm going to leave it like that. So that's the answer for question number 12. That looks like an okay fraction to me. Right, well done everyone for giving that a go. I know that seems tricky. It's just because there's lots of different stages to think about first. But once you get your head around it, it's quite simple. All right, the mega challenge. So it's the same type of maths, it's just in a word problem. Ashra has 1 1/3 jugs of drinks. 1 1/3. She pours out, so she gets rid of, we're still doing a takeaway, 5/6 of the full jug. Okay, what fraction of a full jug, it says, it's not meant to say jog, it's meant to say jug. What fraction of a full jug of drink does she have left? So I'm doing the same type of maths. I don't need to look for the lowest common multiple because I can change 3/3 into 6ths because 3 is a multiple of 6. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is change that into an improper fraction. See if that helps me. So if I've got a whole and I'm thinking about thirds, I've got all 3/3. I've got 3 out of 3. So I've got 3 in my whole plus 1. So I've got 4/3 here. So I might as well change that first. So I've got 4/3 and I want to take away 5/6. Let's make the denominators the same so we can do it. How do I turn 3 into 6 times by 2? Do the same to the top. Now the new fraction is going to be 4 times 2, which is 8. 3 times 2, which is 6. So 8/6 take away 5/6 is going to be 3/6. Now I'm going to tell you the answer from before, isn't it? I think it was question 9, or was it my example where I said what other fraction is 3/6 known as? Well, if I had a chocolate bar, okay, that was cut into 6 pieces, 6 equal pieces, and I ate 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3. There's another way to see how much of my chocolate bar I've eaten. 3 out of 6 would be the same as half, I can hear you say. Okay, so well done for today, everyone. Hope that helped, and I will see you again soon.